Hi and welcome. My name is Natalia. I'm a dietitian trained in functional medicine, also mindfulness-based um, coach and dietitian. And I have Meredith here with me, and she's about to share her journey in her goal of wellness and weight loss. And I have some questions for Meredith as she shares her experience and journey with everybody here listening. So, Meredith, what was the state of your health, blood work, weight, or body composition or relationship with food before working with me?
When I first met with you, I was 220 pounds, the highest I'd ever been. It was, I had high cholesterol. I had PCOS. I had just overall lack of energy, really low, a lot of brain fog. I just wanted to have just more energy for my family, and just feel comfortable in my own skin. And I also use food as a crutch. It was one of the things I went to whenever I had a stressful day or a sad day, or even sometimes a happy day I would celebrate. And I just used food in the wrong context, I felt like. And I knew I'd been through so many weight loss programs at that point, and I just knew it wasn't just about the perfect meal plan. It was about all the other things that go along with eating. It was the, emotional eating. It was, also not necessarily choosing the right things for my body to eat, because, some healthy foods are, marketed as healthy, and then when you meet with Italia, you found out are not as healthy as you think they are. So overall, I just was ready to make this huge life change, and I needed support and, individualization to my plan. So that's why I came to you. It's hard to stick to a diet when you use food as a crutch and you use it for emotional support. And I just, one of the things I learned from you that really transformed me was just realizing that hunger doesn't necessarily mean you're hungry for food, you're hungry for other things. That was a big game changer for me, was really analyzing that. So I guess my area of being stuck was just mindless eating and emotional eating. Um, that was what really has changed and shifted. Through working with you, you helped me figure out what my biggest, what was going to help me improve overall. At the beginning, it just seems so overwhelming. I don't even know where to start. So you helped me to narrow it down to knowing that those were the things I was struggling with the most.
I'm glad I was able to point that out. And a lot of us struggle with stress eating, emotional eating, being very hard on ourselves sometimes. And I guess that brings me to the next question. I know you and I focused on the wins, and I'm curious to see and hear what you have to share about focusing or on what's going well. What did that do for you?
Oh, it's actually something I still do, because, every time I was going to check in with you, I knew that you were going to ask me what were my wins. And as a preparer, I needed to plan what my win was. And it was funny how, you get life is so crazy that you forget that you've had wins to celebrate. So it was helpful to, our minds tend to go to the negative. It was really helpful to just truly sit down and think about, what did I win? And it really did give me more confidence and make me feel like I was going to be able to finish this journey with success, because you were helping me to see those little wins. Because what I've learned is it's taking multiple, every day, few little wins every day to end with, progress at the end of all these months. So it definitely was a big deal to me to make sure I knew my wins before meeting with you, and it helped a lot.
List maybe all the valuable things or a couple that you've learned or mastered when working together. You can list one or two.
Well, like I mentioned, it was, actually sitting in my hunger and wondering where I was missing. And you helped list out where that other hunger could be coming from emotionally, or, what was I missing? You helped me to also understand kind of like the cycle of food thoughts and how, they can kind of lead to the next food thought. Um, and I think just overall, um, I guess just thinking of food as what it's meant to be, which is, nourishment for our body, and then, not using it so much as emotional. I guess it really was just you helping me identify where my hunger was coming from. Um, Another big thing that you helped me with, and I don't know, and I want to make, wanted to mention it, was you helped me to realize that, these coping mechanisms I developed, I used to kind of beat myself up about it, and I used to not give myself any grace about it. You helped me to identify that, these were something I learned as a child. So to not have grace for myself of learning how to cope with emotions, and then as a child I picked up eating, it helped to work through that because it sort of gave myself, we worked on some self-forgiveness, and that really helped me to not feel guilty or any of those negative feelings that are associated with developing that habit of coping with food. Um, so that was a big release, and it just took a lot of pressure off of me to forgive myself for developing that coping mechanism. And, you helped to change my whole perspective on all of it. So it's been a game changer for me for sure.
All right. Well, last question. What do you appreciate the most about our work, and what do you feel are the most exceptional, let's say, skills or talents that you would tell to others if they're thinking about taking a step into their journey of better health?
Well, I would definitely recommend them to you. But my skills that I've learned are just, um, well, I mean, the templates you gave me for my meal plans helped me a lot. So I learned a lot of planning and preparing meals. So that's something that was very helpful. And then another skill is just having, um, I guess, really just the awareness of thinking through the decisions are now starting to become second nature. It's not so much of, it's not, it's like a skill that I will definitely carry forever, is just knowing that, like, I'm hungry right now, but I just ate. Am I really hungry, or do I need to go outside for a walk, or do I need to get some interaction with friends and family? So things like that, I've learned that there's a reason for hunger, and it's not always food, I guess. And then, I just sort of, you gave me a lot of coping skills to, if I do feel like I need to eat for comfort, what else I could do. Like, we did some meditations and things that have really helped me to, um, fill myself up without food. Um, so I guess those were the things.
Yeah, I think you're referring to inner nourishment.
Yeah.
To when you feel hungry, the go-to is food because we can see it, we can feel it with our hands, we can feel it in our mouth. But then sometimes love and joy, or forgiveness, or compassion, or rest is difficult to just see. So I'm very glad that you were open and willing to receive these teachings and skills, and that was very helpful in your journey.
If you want to go down to the measurements, I've lost 15 pounds, which is a huge win for me, because before I would do these for months and months and only lose 3. I've lost several inches on my waist and my hips. So I'm excited to do my new blood work and to see what those results look like as well. And hopefully all of those have improved. I'm sure they have. But other than that, I've had just a wonderful experience, and I couldn't thank you enough. And you'll forever be a special person to me for changing my life and ultimately my family's health too. So thank you.